Cottage here in Springfield, Missouri. And thank you again. I said that for joining me. I'm doing bird's eye view. I know it looks backwards right now, but I will fix that when I turn the camera down and around. It'll take me a minute. It always does. So I am not live right now like normal. This is a recording on YouTube going out to you on Facebook land, hopefully on the day that I normally do this. Right now, our family is having a vacation. I know we are having fun in the future. I'm projecting into the future because God is good. He is so good. He always blesses us. And I know we will have a good visit together. Hopefully, no complications. That would be nice. But it'll be good. Irregardless, however it all works out, it will be fine. Just praying for safety, protection, and happy, happy times because we don't get to see our family so much all the way over here in Missouri, but we love it here. It's beautiful. Oh man, today. Now this is 2 weeks ago from what you're watching, but oh man, I was outside quite a lot and it's hard to bring myself inside. But the cards I'm doing are so cute. You are going to love this set. So don't forget to purchase the set. I'm going to talk about it as we go. The number will be there for the, to order. It's not an expensive set. This is actually a pretty cheap one. But that does bring me to the point that since it's 2 weeks from when I'm doing this, there's going to be a Join Now special. So join my team. You get to do all kinds. I'm going to move the camera now. You will get to do all kinds of fun things. Yes, that is my craft space. All right. So this is going to take me just a minute to get my camera lodged in here. You can kind of see all the stuff I'm working on, and we will hopefully get going. It might be a little bit caterwonky. I hope not. It's hard for me to see what's really happening here on the on this because you're down here and I can't really see you this way, but I'm gonna hope everything is on there. I can't even peek underneath really to see. Usually I can kind of peek around. Okay, that is way in the middle. Oh, good. Oh, good. You should be able to see pretty much everything. All right, so here is the number for this set. It's a very cute one. Oh, the books, the glasses, the birds. I mean, the balloon I haven't used. It's too cute. You don't even need the balloon. If you purchase anything $50 or more, then you will get 10 free cards and envelopes. They are nice cards. I send nice cards to people. But on the other hand, if you're doing $50 or more of anything, then you shouldn't. You should just get the starter kit, whether you call it the starter kit or the join kit or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't mean you are selling anything. It doesn't mean that you're committing to anything. It just is the best deal, the best value for your money. So you definitely want to do it. Take advantage of that. And then, like I said, for our team, you will get lots of special privileges that you won't necessarily get everywhere. And you'll have fun. It's fun. All right, now on we go, because right now we are going to do this card first. Wow, isn't he so cute? And this is how we're going to do it. This actually is, I'm using our Radiating Stitches dies for this. And that edge is bigger than the Radiating Edge. Where is oh, there it is. I was going to say, did I set it aside and lose it? This is the biggest die. It's a perfect size for cards. It's just that I needed a little more space for our cute little owls. So we're going to end up making that a little bit bigger. I am going to do this background first. We're going to sponge it and then cut it out. And as you can see, it's fine this way. It just needs to be a little bit shorter. I want to show you how to color these owls. They're cute, but their eyes are a little bit small. If you want bigger ones, then watch and see what I do. Now I'm going to take regular white cardstock. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh man, get the words out. Use your words, Kathy. Use your words. And some Daffodil Delight. Oh boy, we have so many new colors. I don't even know what the colors are. I'm hoping Daffodil Delight is still in there. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so I'm going to make it just a little bit darker on the side and the top, like the sun is radiating down onto these cute, cute little owls. It's not going to be terribly neat and tidy, but not bad. When you sponge, you really can't go wrong. And um, I'm going to do some texture on it. And that's another way that if you're self-confident, fine. But if you're self-conscious about your sponging, then if you do some texturing, it actually is going to fix it right up. Now, before we do that, though, I want to put on a branch. Now, on my card, I used an old 1990s. Seriously, I'm not kidding. 1990s. I don't know when it was. This is the stamp. I love this branch. I don't have one just like it, so I use it. Use your old stamps. That's another reason you want to be on our team. I am thrilled when you use your old stamps because I do. And I liked the branch on here. But we do actually have a pretty good branch. It's not quite the same. I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit to get it like that. This is gorgeously made. I'm going to show this set later. This is a sneak preview of it. It has this it has all kinds of stuff. It's the dies, because I really didn't need the branch, as you could see, but the dies are fabulous. So we're going to take this branch, and we're going to stamp that on. But I'm going to have to get, what kind of ink do we want? I need something, it inks up the leaves as well. So what we're going to need to do is do green first. So I'm just going to get out the old olive, and then we'll go over the branch with brown and fix up the branch, okay? So here we go. We're going to just stamp this in right there like that. It looks pretty good. I kind of like the other branch better, but we could add in another little leg of this branch, I suppose, if we really wanted to. But it's probably not necessary. I think if I did that, I'd just screw it all up, So let's not do that and call it good. I'm going to take, let's see, what I need is, I need a dark brown. And, this is a very dark, this is an old one. This is chocolate chip. Any old brown, we've got lots of nice ones. We've got pecan pie, which is actually what I was looking for, but I didn't see it. So we'll use my chocolate chip here. And we'll just go right over the branch. As you can see, it does not have to be perfect. Okay, because it's sort of fattening out a little bit because I'm not terribly skillful. And I'm kind of leaning weird over my desk right now. Normally I would have my head right over this and my tongue half sticking out of my mouth probably as I try to do that. Those leaves to me are wimpy little leaves. They would be fine if I wasn't going to have birds in here. But I'm going to have some birds on this branch. So I'm going to take my, this is dark Granny Apple Green. Let's not use that side. Let's just beef up my little leaves a little bit. Because that's just not doing it. Okay. And if you beef up one leaf, you pretty much have to do all of them. That's just the nature of it. Okay, I'm going to leave some of them there. Some of them are going to get covered by the birds, but I'm just sort of making a nicer little oval edge here to make these a little bit bigger. And they don't all have to be, just some. Okay, I'm almost done. Hang in there. All right, that's, you got to do all, I guess. You really can't just, sort of like a potato chip. You can't just eat one. I did not get that branch right there. Okay, now our branch is done and so cute. I do think it looks a little better, you know, like that. Now, what I want to do is give this some, well, I need to cut it first. And since well, I guess I'm going to cut it with this, just like this. Okay, I need to get all of the branch in there. So I think if I cut some of this off, I care less about that than this. I'm going to just cut a tiny bit of that off. We're going to do that, okay? And then we'll go for it. Let me get this cleaned. I'm not sure if I cleaned it. And put you away, because gorgeously made, you are sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm going to have fun with that. But we will see this one later. It is not for today. That one is not for today. Just pretend you just didn't even hardly see it, because it will be coming back. Now let's go ahead and cut this out. I have got some time on my hands because Jeff is doing some custodial stuff here at the end of the school year. He's a substitute teacher now that he's retired. And I don't know really why he wanted to do custodial. When he said he was going to take a custodial job, I said, "Are you sure?" Because I was thinking that's going to be a lot of hard work. Like a lot of hard work. At the end of the year, our custodial people, they really worked hard. And, oh no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, he said. So, I don't know. I think it's ended up being a little harder than he expected. Okay, now I'm going to look at this because I think I actually want it to be a little shorter. So, I can't really alter it now that I've done it. The trouble is when you've got all of these lines, there's really no way to alter it. So what we're going to do is stay with this size, but I am going to need to make everything else a little bit bigger. It's going to be a big oversized card, I guess, although there's really only so much I can do down here too. Because if I mess with it too much, it's just going to mess it all up. Oh, why did you do that? Why did you? Because I think I needed to, before I cut it out, I really needed to, the trouble is you can't, these lines are not going to just line up, so I can't just redo. I can try, but I'm not thinking I'll have a lot of success with it, because what's going to happen, there's these angled lines. It'll just get messed up. We're going to have to make the card just a little bigger. That's just that's the way it is. It's going to have to be bigger. Now I want it to be matted with this. This is going to be a little bit more of a challenge because I guess I can do it this way. Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut partial, and then I'm going to bring it down and cut more. And then we'll see how that works. I don't think that really won't work either, though, because I need this to be, if I do that, well, you know what? We're going to just go for it and see what happens, okay? All right, so I'm going to lay this in here. Lay it here so you can see what I'm doing. I just need a bigger frame than what this die is. So we're going to go ahead and put it like this. And we're only going to go part of the way. And then we'll see what I can do next after that. It's hard to, oops, it folded itself right up because it's hard to make it go from this direction. I'm not very good at putting it to me. I kind of do better when it's going away from me. All right, now we're gonna go like this. Okay, so we've got this much done, but I really want the card to sit in here like this. Oh, I didn't go far enough because that is not gonna work. Wow, this is gonna end up being a really oversized card. I don't know that I want it that big. I can get it pretty close here. All right, so we will go ahead and try cutting this way. Now, because of the lines, it's a little tricky, and we'll just see how well I can do it. There's not a lot of edge for goofing around if you don't do it right. Okay, we don't want to go all the way to the end. Okay, so here's what we've got. This is gonna go inside. This card is way too big. this is like massively big. And I really want my radiating stitches to match up here. Let's see if I can do it. Now, if I fit it in, oh, it won't work because I don't want to cut my corners off, obviously. Yeah, I think I might be able to make it work. Well, we'll see. Okay, I can feel it. It's in. I just want this corner right here to go. I don't think that's going to work because this is going to interfere and I don't want it to cut that corner. Yeah, the only thing I can do is go like this and hope that that works. We'll see. If it doesn't, oh wow. Oops, that's gonna shift right there. Kind of need the other side to do the same thing. Okay, like this. I don't want that to cut. All right, let's see what, yeah, see, it's just shifting. It's not gonna, not gonna go. Oh, you ding dong. We're gonna, oh, and then I messed up my card right there. Okay, we're gonna have to have just not radiating stitches there. I just don't see how that's gonna work. I suppose I could shorten it up a bit. Can I shorten it up that way? Let me see. Let's look here. I can start over again and do it again. Maybe that's what I should do. Because I don't want it that wide. Let me grab another piece of pecan pie is what I'm working on. I have another piece here. Pecan pie. All right. Let's see. Because I really want it to be about that big. Okay, now the starting point is not a problem. It's the ending point that's the problem. So if we go like this. Now, let's see. This and this. Yeah, the problem is that my sponged one just didn't quite, I needed to not cut it the way I did. That's the problem. You know, I might have to just start with a new sponged piece and make it the size that I should have made it originally. I guess the only other thing I can do is I can try to make it a little shorter. This is not really going to work because of my corners is the problem. Let's see if I can prevent my corners from cutting. If I put that there, put a piece here, and put a piece here. We're going to try to prevent my little corners from cutting because they will really totally mess everything up. Okay, let's see what happens. I haven't really tried doing this before. So this is a theory. I don't know if this will work, but we'll give it a go and see. Okay, so let's see what happened. It's not gonna work. Oh, maybe, I doubt it. Huh, I think it didn't cut it. It impressed it, but it did not cut it. Okay, whew, that did work. Excellent. Ah, excellent. Okay, so it did cut that pretty good, but it didn't really cut that. Otherwise, pieces would be falling out. So that did the job. You know, play with your machine and figure stuff out because you are never going to be able to see all the videos, to show you everything you want to know. Now we have the right length, but I need it to be a little bit wider, but just a little bit wider. So now we can go over this again. I am going to make it wider. So what I want to do is the length is fine, but we are going to make it wider. So we'll just cut it 2 times. So we'll cut it once, going just part of the way like I did before. Okay, not to the edge. And then we'll just make it a bit wider, turn it around, and we'll kind of see how wide we need it. I want it maybe a tiny bit wider than that. Like right there would be good. And then feel the groove to get it in there, right about where you want it. And eyeball where you need to stop. We're going to stop a little bit more than halfway because I don't really want to go into the... It'd be better to not go into where my stitching is. Actually, let's just take this scrap and I'm going to just stick it in there where I don't want it to cut. Okay. All right, so now it has that protection under there. If I do go over a little bit, it should be okay. We'll see. We'll see if I totally messed it up. Oh, good. It's pretty good. Now you can see it didn't quite go far enough, but better to do that than to totally mess up your piece, which I've done before, playing with these dies, because this is a really fun one. This radiating die is super, super fun. It has that little heart with radiating lines. You can use these for the sun. It's just a really good set. I like that one a lot. So that's that. Now I am going to get out my Your machine doesn't come with this magnetic plate. That's actually one I have to buy on Amazon. But it's really a useful plate to have. The one that comes, you do get cutting plates. That's what these are, but just not that magnetic one. You get a base plate, and to do embossing, you need to buy the embossing plate. Because I want to take this piece that we have, we're gonna texture that, and that's what's gonna give. It's just going to give, that's why this word wow is a good one here. Because not only are the bird's eyes like going, wow, the texture is making it look like that too. It's just, it's an important element. So get your embossing machine out, the plates, I mean. And where, oh, here we go. I don't know if we have Tasteful Textile anymore. I don't think we do. Let me have a little peek here. This is our new catalog, and I am going to look here really quick and see what we've got. We've got time-worn type or the exposed brick. Those would be the closest to this Tasteful Textile. I love Tasteful Textile. It's really good. But the time-worn type is really good too. I've used that one a ton. I just don't want any words on this. Okay, so now we've got that embossed. And that's how much nicer that looks when it's embossed. Isn't that great? We can have the branch going either way. We're going to have it going that way, but it could go either way. And then this is going to go right on top. So this is kind of like a short square, kind of an oddly shaped one, isn't it? Oh, well, that's what we're going to have. That's what we're working with. And I think I want to have some we're going to put some more Daffodil Delight under it. So let's go ahead. We're just going to glue this sheet on here, and then we'll color the little bird. I want to show you how to color him. He's so cute, and he's not hard to color, but it's just helpful to know what colors, you know, we've used. So let me get these out here. We're not using the marker. We're just using the blending pens. Let me put that marker away. Last time that I did this video with you, I told you a joke and I didn't even give you the punchline because it was like right at the end. I totally forgot. And I bet you forgot too. Oh no! I'll have to glue that in. There's a spot that it did cut through. And I'm so disgusted that it did that, but we'll fix that. All right, so this is going right here. And then I'm going to put a little glue here. Try to get my little, I see one. Where's the other one? Let me go grab my pick tool. Now the pick tool has got new little, why are you stuck? Probably because there's glue on you. We've got new, there's one. I need another one. There should be two that fell out here, I believe. That did end up getting cut after all, even though I put the cardstock in to prevent it. It did it anyway. I don't see the other part that fell out. Is this it? I don't know. We'll stick it in here. I'll have to color it probably to make it work. So this is going to be a little funky at the bottom. There we go. That's pretty good. I'll have to color it to try to match it. It looks off a bit. Ink. Put a little bit of that on there. Hopefully that'll work. Anyway, there are new tools that go with this. This is a wonderful tool. I think some of the pieces can even store inside. But this is the little putty tool. I use that one the most. And there's more inside so it can push up, you know. And then there's this little scraper side, which is really useful. And then there's this pick side that I always forget I even have. And I can use that and it just twists on, stays on really nicely. But there are more tools that go with this. Sometimes you will see me using, where is it? You will see me using my big roller when I'm doing, when I'm trying to get all the little pieces out of the, of a piece that I've cut. Does that go like that? No, it doesn't. What am I doing here? I don't even use this piece often enough to know how to use it. Isn't that stupid? Because that doesn't fit in there. It has to fit on the other end. And I don't want to undo my putty. This screws in here. I don't use this. This part of the tool I just never use because I always use the putty. And you don't want to push it down too hard or your putty will poof out. Okay, but there are more tools than even that. And I am going to get those tools because I think they're going to be really useful. Good, that's pretty dry there now. All right. Now the fun part. We've got that all done. Oh, let's put the backing on it. We want some Daffodil Delight. And we're going to need to do a pretty good sized piece here, but I kind of want it to be a more standard sized card. I don't want it to be too off. So let's see what we're ending up with, because I'm not really sure. All right, so we've got what it looks to me we're going to want to do 4 3/4. That's going to be about right. So 4 3/4, maybe just a hair bigger than that. Oh, that's pretty narrow. 4 3/4, so maybe 4 7/8 I would go. And then this will end up being about 5 1/2, but I'm going to do it at 5 3/4 just to make the dimensions a little bit better. So 5 3/4. Otherwise, it's just too boxy. I don't want this card to be that boxy looking. Okay, so we're going to do that. Glue that on there. All right, so the joke I told last time and didn't give the punchline was, how do lawyers say goodbye? How do lawyers say goodbye? And I thought it was funny. It was, I'll be suing you. Now, I thought that was pretty funny, although I suppose if you were a lawyer, you wouldn't think it was funny at all. Jeff and I have been watching a lot of Matlock. Do you remember? Do you remember Matlock? Matlock and Barnaby Jones. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't like Barnaby Jones all that much. I mean, I remembered him as the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, and not much else. He did do a lot of other things. But that's what I remembered him from, and I wasn't all that impressed with it. Okay, the cute little owls. So I did stamp a couple of them already. Let me work on this one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and come on down. Hopefully you can see everything well. I'm kind of dangling my hand in front here to see where you are on the screen because I can't really tell. But you kind of need to see what I'm doing. So I think what we're going to do to start this out is we are going to just color. Let's do the base color. I have with me, I have number 800. This is our flesh color, 800. Actually, it's not called flesh. What is it? It's called natural blends, I think. This is 800. It comes paired with probably 700, but this is 800. This is light pecan pie. This is light crumb cake and dark crumb cake. Somewhere, yeah, dark crumb cake and light gray granite. The most important part for this is your color lifter. You will want your color lifter, and you might want some So Saffron. I kind of like to add some yellow sometimes to it, so I'm gonna grab So Saffron is a retired color, but even Mingle Melody would probably do. All right, so what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna use our I think we're gonna use our light crumb cake first. And just kind of go over him. Whole thing. Now this light crumb cake, I need to get the other pen out because this, I've got another one. This one's not cutting it. Let me find the other light crumb cake in here. Where are you? Crumb cake. That's dark crumb cake. Aha. I always end up with more dark crumb cake than light crumb cake. I need light crumb cake. I liked it better when they were selling them separate. It made it a lot easier on me. That soft suede. Maybe I don't have any other dark crumb cake. That means I'm going to have to add crumb cake to my list of things to buy. Because I don't see it. So we're going to have to just make do with this crummier version here. And let me get the bullet tip always doesn't go as fast. That's dark. Where's the one I was just using? That's gray granite crumb cake. Okay, so there's the bullet tip right there. All right. Whew, that was tough. All right, now he's pretty dark. I don't really want him to be that dark, but I think we're going to go ahead and just color him that way. We're going to color him all the way. I'm going to leave around his eye a little bit. And I'm going to do this one too while I'm here. And even though that tip's not really working very well, I'm going to make it work some. because it's taking a lot of time if I don't get that. Now you could use a sponge and just sponge this. You could also use your pencils. You could watercolor. Um, there's a lot of options. I just happen to love these blending pens. They're so easy to use, and you get the same effect of watercolor if you know what you're doing. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Now this is dark crumb cake. I want to see how dark it is. It's pretty dark. Okay, so I'm going to go over its little, you know, lines where he would have some shadowing with that. As you can see, I'm not trying to be terribly careful at all. And I'm going to actually put a little bit, he's going to have a little feather-ish action going here under his little chinny chin. Okay, and maybe even a little here on his belly. Just a little bit more. And then I'm going to take this light crumb cake again, and we're gonna work that in. Just a little. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. Just kind of work it in a little bit. You don't want the lines to disappear necessarily. You just want to soften some of the edges of it. And yes, it's squeaky. You'll have to bear with me on that. I know his belly looks weird right now. It's okay. All right, so now I'm going to take a tiny bit of So Saffron. This is the light So Saffron. And I'm going to just make it. I'm going to make his little, that's not yellow enough. Let's try the dark one. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to go with Mango Melody is really strong. Yeah, that's not working either. I must use Mango Melody with this. I don't do it as often enough, you know, to really remember what I'm doing. Now, we do have a really great yellow that's Lemon Lolly, but that one's really bright, you know, pale, so it wouldn't show up. Just a little bit of yellow, just a little bit. He doesn't need a lot, but if he's an owl, don't you think he would have some? I think back to that. I think that's saffron. I think I want that back. Just a little bit of the dark saffron. We're gonna put that around his little eyes, like a circle around his little eyes. Just a little bit there. Okay, I can't really see what you're seeing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And now I want to make his belly look better. Let's look. We've got, I think, a little bit more darkness around his wing. Just a little, maybe. This is light gray granite. A little on the bottom of his belly. Right there. And that's it. I don't want a lot of that. Okay. This is the 800. Now this one you're gonna have to be careful with because it's gonna kind of take color away. Oh, it's awfully it's too pinkish. I don't want that one. And you can see it's really taking my color away. I think I need ivory. Ivory is the one I usually use. I'm not sure why I put it away. I think it wasn't really acting right. As I was using it, I was thinking, ivory's not quite what I want either. Well, now I can't even find it, but I know I have some in here. It's just a matter of locating it. Ivory, there you are. All right, so ivory. Yeah, ivory, you're better. It's gonna give it a little bit more, it's gonna make it a little more brown. But you do have to be careful because it's also gonna interact weird with your ink. Okay. So I'm gonna use this tip just so I can get a smooth coverage. I'm not going into his head too much because I can see the inks kind of fighting each other a little bit. Sometimes these do that. Now I'm going to use the bullet tip and I'm just going to go around his head a little bit. see if I can work it into his face without totally ruining what I've got going here. Let's do our crumb cake again, light crumb cake. Okay. And then I'm just blending that in. Sometimes when you use this, you kind of have to let it dry a bit because it'll mix and kind of do stuff. You know, kind of like watercolors, only it's different. Some of the inks work well together and some don't. So you kind of want to experiment a little bit. See which ones are going to go together nicely, which ones aren't. Okay, there we go. This is giving me the color I want. Now I'm putting his little chinny chin chin back in there. So kind of lost some of that, some of that, some of that. His wings look okay. This one not so much. Okay, there we go. Now I've got the color I want. His belly could use some help, but I'm not real sure. I don't want to make it dark. And I don't think my So Saffron, I think that's going to just be too yellow. We'll try it, though, and see what happens. Okay. I didn't like that. And you can see how it didn't interact with my ink well. If it's taking stuff away, you want to make sure your brush is clean because you might have gotten some ink on there. Yeah, it didn't interact all that well. So I'm going to have to take my crumb cake again and go over it again to try to solve that problem that just happened. But this is what you can do to play with your colors and kind of figure out what you like and see what ones work well and what ones don't. Now I do have a better pen in there somewhere. I'm not sure which one it is. That works better. Okay, that is going to be good enough. I think I can make his face a little darker. And it'll be fine. I can even go over his beak because actually his beak's going to end up being quite dark anyway. Okay, so that is that. Now, the thing that makes him really cute, other than his little beak, let's do his beak. I'm going to grab a, this is Tangerine Tango. Any, orange, any orange will work. Make it I think his feet are usually black, but I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway, just to give myself some space to cut, because I'm going to cut around his little legs. Now you want to make his little eye. You see how I got this brown like this? I'm not even sure. I thought I used the same colors. In fact, I did. These are exactly the same colors I use. So, go figure. I think I used more crumb cake on these. And probably started with pecan pie or something, because I don't think I used a lot of pecan pie on him. And yeah, that was it. I just didn't use a lot of pecan pie. And that, if I had used that, that would have pulled more of this color. And we'll use this on another one. So I still have the little guys to use. Let me show you how to do his eyes. So you take your color lifter. Okay, it doesn't have any color. It's colorless. And you're just going to go around, and around, and around, and around his eye. Keep going, keep going. And then clean your brush tip. And do you see? It actually washes that color away and makes that ring around it. It's so cool. It just lifts the color and pushes it away. You just kind of keep going around and around and around in the same spot. Over and over and over and over again until, make sure you've cleaned off your tip. There, he's got his little surprised eyes. They're so cute. This one's got a little bit more yellow around his eye, because I think I put more yellow on that one. This one's a little bigger because I actually didn't put white or color all the way around there. Isn't that cute? Now, if you want to have more definition, even, this one, for this card, I wanted to use our conversation bubbles and with the word wow. So I really wanted him to have those owl eyes. So get out. I had, I had out that chocolate one, but that's no good. That's too dark. We want one of the browns. Like what I need is the pecan pie. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay, so the pecan pie marker will work, and use the fine tip. Now, our new markers have less of a fine tip. This is a bullet tip. This crumb cake is the original, so it has this teeny tiny tip, and that's actually the one I want to use here. And I'm just going to make like almost like eyelashes around the edge. Really close together, just all the way around the edge where you were. Isn't that cute? You can make it a little darker, it'll show up more. This is soft suede. Let's try that. You can see that one a little bit better. Okay, hopefully you can see that. It just adds some cuteness to his little eyes. You could just do little eyelashes at the top probably too if you wanted him to be a girl and super cute. Okay, very cute. I didn't do that with this one. I don't know if I can do it so much with this one. It's pretty dark. It does work. It works. Gotta kind of make them the same. That one, his eye is like much bigger on that other side. Like this one's like, wow. And that one's, so I'm not winking. It's just not open as much. Try to make that one a little less alarmed. Okay, there we go. So we've got those three, and then you could do other color in there. I would use a marker if you're going to, add any color like a little bit of orange or anything. Sometimes the owls, I think they have that stuff. I forget. I didn't look at any pictures of owls, so I don't even know. I could have, but we're going to just do this. He's not even an owl necessarily. This one's an owl, but these aren't, they're just birds. And, but they're cute. They're all cute. And we're going to stamp a few more. I'm going to do a few more because I'm not sure how many cards I'm going to get to here, but it would be nice if we could do a few because they're very cute. I'm going to set this aside. Actually, let me do the little guy. I want a few of these little guys. I love that they're photopolymer. Now, my cards that I'm doing today they're all fussy cut out, but you wouldn't have to do that. It's just that I was taking them downstairs to color and cut out, and so I ended up, just doing a whole bunch and coloring them down there and then cutting them out, and well, I think we can fit another one in there. But it didn't take all that long, actually. You'd think it might have taken me a while. It has a branch on it, and this is a nice branch. It's just that it's not a delicate branch, and I kind of wanted a delicate little branch. Okay, so for these guys, we're going to do the same thing, but let's try to speed up the process. So I'm going to do pecan pie this time. So I think I like that pecan pie. It's kind of a nice, yellowy. It's like a lot like our old cinnamon cider. It's darker and more brown than our cinnamon cider, which I like. but it's not like a deep, deep brown. And the treble soft suede was okay. Soft suede tended to go green on when I started mixing it with colors. So now I'm going to take crumb cake. This is the dark crumb cake. You're too dark. Can't take dark crumb cake, I don't think. Yeah, you're just too dark. I'm kind of just sticking it in there just to get started on some color there, but that's too dark. I really need a new light crumb cake. I'm sure I have some. Where are my colors? I'm sure I have some. It's kind of the color I keep a lot of just to be sure that I don't run out. And you know what? Of course I've run out. I don't see it in here. Can you believe it? There's tons of greens. Don't tell me these are all my colors. I don't believe you. There's got to be. There's got to be a crumb cake. It kind of reminds me of that song. There's got to be a morning after. Well, there's no more crumb cake. I thought I had some, but I don't. So we'll have to use the bullet tip. I'm going to do that. Oops, I didn't do his little wing. Why not? I don't know. Boy, it's more squeaky too when you're running out of ink. Okay, I'm going to do his little face. I don't know why I'm being so careful. His eyes are black. And I can color right over this with my ink for the beak. So I don't know why I'm trying to be so careful. It's just habit. Since I'm cutting them out, I can even go out of the lines. Not a big deal. It's another nice thing about cutting them out. It's like I can be very sloppy here, and it's not going to make a bit of difference. Okay, there you go. See, they look pretty good. Just crumb cake and some pecan pie. That's basically my recipe. I should have started with that, but I did like some yellow in it. That's why I did that, because I did like it. I think they usually have, birds just, they always have other colors in there, you know? When you look at them, you think, oh, I know what color they are this and that. And then when they are flying through our yard, Jeff looks at them. Sometimes he'll go online and look and like, did you know? Like, no, I had no idea. It's so cool. All right, and then the little beak. That's another, the bullet tip is going to work, but you're going to have to be a lot more careful. These were called Stampin' Write, and that point was that small because you could actually write, you know, very finely with it. But the problem is that fine end, it does die really quick. And so I am much happier that they're doing the bigger tip, much happier. Okay, so I'm not gonna, I don't know that I want to go, I guess I can. Let's see, there it is. There's the color lifter. You can do, it's the same principle. You can go around these little eyes, you know, to make that circle. You don't have as much space here, so it's not quite as of an impact. But it does work. I saw so many cute things on my bike ride this last week. You know, let's do it here. Just do this guy a little bit, lighten that up. He was so dark. There we go. Oh, you're so much better now. Now he's like, whoa, I'm so awake. I'm awake. He's just had his coffee. All right, and then the little eyeballs. I do want the tiny one though for these guys. And we're going to just do little teeny tiny around there. But that's going to really make those eyes stand out. Aren't they cute? I was riding my bike and came across the part where where I ride my bike. There's a creek that runs all the way along it the whole way. But there are portions that it's harder to see the creek, of course, because of foliage. And I was just rounding the bend where it makes a turn. You can't see into the water so much. And I crossed the bridge and whoop! Look at that. They're usually not right there where this bridge is because, of course, there are people going right around that bridge all the time, walking their dog and whatnot. They were cranes, I think. And anyway, it was really cool. So if you want to go to my Tri-City Crow Garden page, you'll see them. Because they politely just stayed there. One just sat in the back. He wasn't moving, or she. Jeff thought maybe that was the female, and the male, who was a lot more attractive and big. He had like a crane thing on his head. Anyway, he was the one that was in the water. Now, for the feet, you're going to have to leave some room. You can cut really close to these guys. The line's pretty fat, and you don't have to leave any edge if you don't want to. The way I'm doing these cards, I don't really want an edge. But you could leave an edge. It would be fine. I don't really need to. And again, like I said, because the line is so fat, it's easy to cut right along it. But the feet and legs, you definitely want to leave plenty of room there, because otherwise they'll just get cut off. I have noticed that when I'm riding my bike and it has just rained and it's nice and wet out in the woods, every stump is wet and every rock is wet, and they look like an animal. They don't when it's not wet, but when it's wet, they look just like an animal. So I'm constantly thinking, is that? No. Is that? No. It's just a stump. Sometimes I think they're turtles because they're so still. Uh-oh, I left the leg. I have one black leg and one orange leg. He's really special. There is going to be a paper sale. Did you hear that? Actually, the paper sale is already going on. I forgot. This is a recording, so I'll have to tell you guys this Monday when I'm doing my regular live. I'll have to remember to tell you because you already know at this point. All right, so I do kind of like his little legs colored. They look good. Even if they're not accurate, they look good. Okay, I think I'm going to leave. I do need one more of these guys for this card, but I'm not going to make you watch me cut all of these out right now. That would be so tedious. So we will just do one more, and then I'll set it aside. And then we'll start on another card, and we'll see if I can get it cut out when you're not even noticing. How am I going to do that? I don't know, but we'll see. Would it be nice if I had the ability to work on the side here without you knowing? But I only have two hands. I cannot do that. Okay, there we go. So we have those two little guys, and they are going to go right. This one we'll save. We're not done with you, but we're done with you. One in the tree. One up near the top of the tree, and one down here. Okay, their little feet stick on the branch. Really cute. Really cute. So let's grab some dimensionals. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump the camera. Let's move you up Hopefully everything's still in view, because I can't really tell. This little guy. All right, so want to hear a joke about paper? You're gonna like this one. This is a good one for crafters. Do you want to hear a joke about paper? It's terrible. That's a good one. That is a really good one. And if you don't appreciate it, I just feel sorry for you. All right, so now we are going to get out Conversation Bubbles. I am going to look in the catalog. I think Conversation Bubbles is still available. Certainly hope so, because it's a really good set. And I only got it last year and have barely had a chance to work with it at all. So let's look at the index. Conversation Bubbles. You're not in here. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Ah, you missed it. If you don't have it, you've missed it. And I feel so sorry for you, because it was a really good one. We're going to do wow and oh, and where's my sweet? Sweet. Oh, so cute. But it was the dies. The dies are also what made this set so fantastic. Ah, I feel so bad for you if you don't have this set. This is why you just have to have, you have to just break down. If you haven't already, break down, get the starter kit, then you will have an opportunity to get more things, and because you'll be getting it all at a discount. And when you're getting it at a discount, then you can afford to buy more stuff. And you just have to, you know, otherwise you're always gonna be the one who was looking at the set thinking, oh, I didn't get that one. Like, I'm so sorry, because it's a really cute one. All right, so there we go. On the card I did up there, I did one of the birds with some red on it, and I really like that red. I'm gonna do another bird like that because it's cute. The little red one, you know. A lot of them have red on them that you don't even think are gonna have red on them. So we've got this little die is gonna cut this one out, and this little die is gonna cut this one out. And our wow die is going to cut that one out. And get the plates in place. And we'll see how many we can do at once. My magnet sometimes, well, my magnet is fine. It's just that the plate itself is sometimes, like, see, it's not gonna, the magnet's not like cooperating, so we'll come back for that one. Let's see if those are staying in place. And do they when I press down? Yes, perfect. Okay, so we've got those. And sweet. Why did the... Now that was weird. I heard a clunk like our sump pump went. Why would it? Because maybe that was my furnace. And if it was my air conditioner and furnace, I need to get that serviced. I don't want any clunking going on with it. That was really weird. Did you hear that clunk? I heard a clunk. This is the trouble when you're home by yourself. Jeff's gone, and it's getting evening time now, and I'm hearing things. Okay, sweet. We'll put the sweet over here. and the O right there. Oh, this is so cute. I love this set. I'm a sucker for bird stuff. You know it. With a name like Crow, it just happens regularly. And I like birds anyway, even before I was named Crow, but now all the more so. So pretty much any bird set I'm going to end up buying, even when I resist. Now, there is one in the catalog that was from last year, and I didn't buy it, and I still haven't bought it. And every time I look at it, I think, oh, it's so cute. I'd really like it. And then I just say, no, no, you don't need that. Okay, so there's that one. Now, on this one, we are going to do this background. It's cute. This is a little slider card. Okay, very easy to do. And let us begin. So we're going to do just a standard 5.5 by 4.25. No, 5.5 by 8.5. We'll score it at 4.25. I think that was the air conditioning clunking because I just heard it go off. I still don't get why it would clunk. And then, okay, so now we folded it in half. We're all ready to go. I've got an extra piece of my Daffodil Delight, so we're just going to use that because we're going to use our Countryside Corners, just the big one. And we're going to use this Nested Essentials, just these two on the end here. Okay, this one. No, this one, we're going to use this one and the next one up. This is actually a die from our flowers, our daisy set. I have it stuck in here because I was using it with this set. And I'm going to keep it in here with this set because it's a great little tag to go along with Nested Essentials. So this one we're going to cut out from this piece. Okay, throwing everything aside for now. Okay, get that cut out. Okay, so we've got our Daffodil Delight piece cut out. Stick that there. And then we're going to cut just a piece of white cardstock with this die. Make sure there's no color on there. It looks like I've gotten ink on it or something. Now, the embossing folder I'm going to use, it says hello in various languages. That is not, I bet you that one's not available anymore because I've had it for quite a while. And I apologize for using things that you cannot purchase, but on the other hand, if I didn't, I wouldn't have as much fun. I'm sorry, but I just wouldn't have as much fun. And I do this for fun. I would love to have you join my team because I'd like to share the fun. I would really like to share the fun, but you know, if you don't, well, I can't make you, and you'll just miss out, unfortunately for you. I don't see my hello. I don't see it at all. And if I can't find it really quickly, I'll just use the thanks. The thanks one is fine too. It's just, I thought the hello one was cuter. And I thought I had it on my desk here. I see the egg crate. And the other one. I've got so many things shoved all over here that I'm not surprised that I'm not seeing it. I think I got, nope, that's something else. All right, so we will use thanks. Just position it, whether you're using thanks or hello. We have a few of these. Forget what other ones we've got. But whatever, I'm an English speaker, so I want thanks to be prominent so people know what the heck I'm saying. Um, just position it with your stitching up on the top, and make sure the word's gonna that you want it to have in there, they're gonna show, because you know there's not a whole lot of space on this one. And then you want to, for this one, this is a very skinny embossing folder, so you can use your regular fatter magnetic plate and the blue plate. Normally the blue plate won't fit with this, but with this skinny folder it will. And then we can get that embossed with thanks. Will work too. Isn't that cute? I don't know if you can see that very well, but I can. It's wonderful. And then we are going to do the little sleeve. Okay, so this is going to glue right on top of this. Like that. Oops, it's shifted on me. Get the points lined up. There we go. Thanks. Cute, cute. For the background, we want to use these two actually. No, not these two. We're going to use this big one because I want the background to totally fill this card. So grab another piece of Daffodil Delight. We'll cut this in half, 5 1/2, and again 4 1/4. And I'm going to use this side for my slider. So I just need to cut it about 1 inch. So I'm going to cut 1 inch off. Oops, did it move? I think it moved a tiny bit. There we go. And then we're going to glue the ends on around the card, but let's assemble the rest first before we get that far. Okay, so we're going to take our Daffodil Delight and we're going to cut this out with our plate. Okay, now you want to make sure you're getting plenty of room around it, because we're actually going to, the outside is going to be the frame, not the inside. Mostly just so that you can cut it properly. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, now before we leave this, though, I want another piece of white with this. So we'll set this aside. We're not actually even going to use this piece. This piece can disappear. I'll use it some other time. We're going to use this piece. Okay, so I'm setting that aside. I want to cut a piece of white cardstock from this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use my scissors, because I actually just want the interior of this white one. And then we're going to emboss it with the, it's one of the Basics dies or embossing folders. There's a series, it's called Basics 3D or 3D Basics. I always forget which it is. But there's 3 of them. It's 3D and it's called, and there's 3 of them, and $30, which is, you know, a little more expensive, but actually they're not because you're getting 3 of them. They're actually $1 cheaper each than what our embossing folders usually are. And so it's a really good deal, and they're all really nice. I like them a lot. Okay, so this one is, I call it the egg crate one. I don't know if it's actually an egg crate, but I call it the egg crate one. It's basic 3D emboss. So we're gonna just emboss that right there with your embossing plates, the regular embossing plates, because that's a 3D one. That just means it's thicker, and it's so cool. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It looks fabulous. And now we're going to take this and trim it because I want it to frame this. And I don't want, you know, anyway. I just want it to frame it. I want it to frame it nice. So I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to put this edge right here on the 1/4 inch line. Hold it down and trim. Now this one is already 1/4 inch, so I don't need to do that one. I'm just doing the corners, it looks like. So you just put this inner line right here on your 1/4 inch line, line it up nice and straight. Hold it all down so it doesn't shift. This one's kind of fat, so I can do it with this one. Lining it up with that 1/4 inch line. This is going to give me a nice 1/4 inch frame that is the countryside corners shape. It's a nice die. This set is a really good, I love the dies. I'm not quite as fond of the stamps, but I like the dies. They're really good. Okay, there we go. So now you've got your nice countryside corner frame in the size that you want. And I am going to just glue this right down. I want it to be on there pretty good because we're going to have that slider sliding off and on. So we want to make sure that glue's going on there good. All right, now it might have been nice if I had made it maybe just a hair bigger, because I would have liked to have had more white at the top, but I didn't, so that's okay. We're gonna live with that. Then this one's just gonna get glued. Make sure that's glued on. You definitely don't want that coming up when you go to slide your slider on and off. Okay, this just fits right in there. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Now you're going to take, this is your slider, just fit it around your card, but loosely. Okay, I'm going to bend one side like this. And then I'm not going to bend it quite there. I'm going to move it a tiny bit out just because I want to make sure there's plenty of room. And then I can just put some glue on the edges like this and like that. And glue that on there. And once that's glued really well, it should have an, oops, it came undone. Here, let's do this. Make sure there's plenty of room here for it to glue on and slide on and off. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that will slide on and off really nice. And it has, I love the words that are embossed. All of the embossing on this just really makes this card, really makes it special. Now, I'm not stamping on the inside, but obviously anyone could anytime they want. Now, I wanted to do the little owl, and I thought I stamped the owl. Maybe I didn't. Let's stamp him, and let me put this away, because that's all I'm going to use of this one. I don't think I'm using any other Countryside Corners. I've used quite a few supplies today. I'm doing that just to show you that, yes, indeed, you want to join our team because, again, you cannot afford to get all the things that you want to afford unless you are getting our discount. And if you join, you get a 20% discount right off the bat for everything. After your initial purchase, everything you buy, you will get 20% off. And if you buy anything like I do, even close to it, like even just what most people purchase, you will be quickly getting 25% off of everything. Now I'm just using black ink for all of the little owls. I only need one of these guys. I do need another little one, because I didn't realize I'm going to stick him on the back just for speed, get him there. And there are the cute little glasses that go on him. Now the glasses are a little more problematic for cutting, I do agree, but you can just stamp the glasses on, but it looks pretty cute, you know, cut out. They're pretty cute. I think we're going to do those with red. And I like the round ones better. The round ones really show off his cute little face. Okay, now just take your Mango Melody and we'll just do his little belly around his little face a little bit. Nothing too much. Not too worried about the coloring here. And then So Saffron. This is the dark So Saffron. We're going to do that. And let's grab our light So Saffron for the top part of his little head. Okay. And then you're going to take your Mango Melody, or your a pumpkin pie is what I would be using if I'd hunted for the proper pen. You can just, again, if you want to, you don't have to. He's pretty cute even without doing it, but if you want to use, the color lifter, where did I put you? Oh, there you are. You can use the color lifter. It's not going to work as much with this because it's not dark enough. You need to have a darker color to really make it the surprised eye effective. Oops, I just threw my scissors down. Okay, I'm going to use my Oh, that's not a big enough hole puncher at all, not even close. I wonder if I have one that's about the right size. There's a 1/2 inch one. Do you think this is close? Let's look. Oh man, it's super close. It's too perfectly close though. It's too perfect. It's exactly 1/2 inch. Rats. I really would have liked to have had one that wasn't that, but I do have this tiny, tiny one that's not quite as big as that. Okay, do that. This is just to get us started here. It's like eyebrows. Okay, I am not going, I don't think I want to cut this all the way out for you because this is one that, I gotta be a little careful. You want to get all the white, every bit of it, and it's not going to leave much of an edge. I know you love watching people cut paper. It's like watching paint dry. I know it's really exciting stuff. So I apologize, but one of the reasons I'm continuing here is to show you what you need to do to attach this. It's not if you overthink it, you're going to work yourself to death. And so you're just going to end up putting a tiny, tiny bit of glue in the center here. I'm going to leave a little bit of white at the top of my glasses for the bridge of his nose. And actually, I cut a little too close to that edge, so I'm going to leave a little white there. And then I can use my pen to go over that if I want to color that in, because, you can only cut away so much here. If you cut everything away, you're gonna cut right through your glasses. Okay, there we go. So now he has cute, cute glasses. I'm going to cut his feet quickly, and then I'm going to get my other scissors out to cut around him so that we can get going and get done, because it is time to be done. This has been a long one. I appreciate your watching with me. Please share and like my videos. Like I said, you can subscribe, and I appreciate that very much. And if you would like to have, I have several of these cards to show, but these are the only two I'm going to have time to get to. And you're going to want the tutorial for these other ones. They're too cute. This one is too cute, but that one's just not going to happen today. It's just there's not enough time to do it. So subscribe to my newsletter. And I think I'm going to put that one in the newsletter. I think I can. I'm looking at it right now. If there are too many retired products on my cards, I don't do tutorials for them, because, you can't get the products. So it's just not really fun for anybody, unless you have a ton of, if you're a demonstrator already, you have so many stamps that you can use probably, that you can always find a substitute, but not everyone is in that position. So I don't do tutorials unless there's at least, unless most things are orderable. Now you can go on eBay and you can go on Etsy and find, for a lot of money, retired stamps. Some stamps aren't worth a ton, but it never fails. If I'm looking for a particular stamp, it always is the one that's like super expensive. I just don't know why it happens, but it does. And that's it. We are going to stick these two little guys on. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. And I didn't adhere his little legs. They will stay on fine. Just never slide from the bottom up. Never slide from the bottom up. And his little glasses. Oops, I bent them. But you're just going to put a tiny bit of glue here in the bridge of his nose, a little bit on the sides where it will impact, where it will stick to his little face. There you go. This one, I did put a tiny bit of crumb cake or something in his wings. That's the only difference on those. And there you go. Now, those are cute. You cannot go wrong with this little set. It's a cute card set. Don't you love it? I sure do. I hope you enjoy it. Oops. Sorry, I'm bumping the camera. And let me take you out and see if I can gingerly, and there's the back of my room. And there I am. Yay. We are still on. Oh my goodness. This was a long one. Like many of mine. I'm trying to get my camera back in so I can comfortably say goodbye. All right. Thank you so much again for watching with me. Again, this was Bird's Eye View. Now it's backwards. Isn't that weird? Oh, that's right. Because I flipped the camera. That's why. My brain. All right. I will see you next week. And this next week, it'll be live. I will actually be back because I don't think we're going to be going anywhere for a little while. I like being in Missouri, even in the summer. It's nice. And a lot of my plants are new, so they need water and to get them started really good in the ground. Then I'll be able to go. But until then, I kind of have to stick around. So this summer, we'll probably not go too much. And then maybe in the fall, when the rains come in, then I can go. Have a wonderful weekend, another nice week. And again, I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.